Hey everyone, and welcome. Today we're going to dive into the opening verses of one of the most incredible chapters in the Quran, Surah Yaseen. So let's jump right in. You've probably heard Surah Yaseen called the heart of the Quran. But what does that actually mean? Why the heart? Well, think about it. The heart is absolutely central to our physical life, right? In the same way, this surah is right at the core of the Quran's entire message about faith, about resurrection, and about divine wisdom. It really sets the stage for the powerful truths we're about to explore. Okay, so the surah kicks off with something incredibly powerful, an oath. And not just any oath, but an oath by the Quran itself. So let's really look at this. The opening is Yasin, by the wise Quran. This is Allah himself taking an oath on the Quran. Can you imagine? That immediately tells you, hey, pay attention, what's coming next is the real deal. It establishes its supreme authority right from the get-go. And that phrase, Al-Quran al-Hakim, or the wise Quran, it's so important. You see, the word Hakim means this isn't just a book of rules. Not at all. It's a book that is absolutely overflowing with wisdom. Every single statement is solid, it's logical, and it's founded on undeniable truth. So right after this massive oath, what's the first thing Allah talks about? He immediately gets to the point. The purpose of this wise book and the man delivering it, the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him. And right here, his mission is laid out, crystal clear. First, Allah confirms his prophethood, saying, truly, you are one of the messengers. He's on a sirat al-mustaqim, a perfectly straight path. And this revelation, it's from the Almighty, the most merciful. And its purpose is to warn a people whose ancestors hadn't received that warning. And because of that, they'd fallen into a state of heedlessness. But here's the thing. What happens when such a clear message gets ignored or denied? The surah pivots here to describe the state of people who put up, well, a wall of rejection. And this is a really tough but crucial point. For those who are just stubborn in their disbelief, it's their own actions, their own constant rejection that seals their path. The Quran says, the word has been justified against most of them, so they will not believe. And to help us understand this state, the Quran uses this incredible metaphor. We have placed shackles on their necks. Now, obviously, these aren't literal iron shackles. They're the shackles of pride, of arrogance. Their heads are held so high in defiance that they can't even look down to see the truth. I mean, think about how often our own pride stops us from really listening or from admitting when we're wrong. It's a prison we build for ourselves. And if you thought that was intense, the imagery gets even stronger. The verse continues, and put a barrier before them and a barrier behind them. It's this idea that when you deliberately choose to reject the truth, you literally create your own blind spots. You can't see the guidance that's right in front of you, and you can't learn from the lessons of the past. You're basically trapped inside a spiritual echo chamber of your own making. Okay, so if the warning doesn't get through to those people, who is it for? I mean, who actually benefits from this powerful message? And the Quran draws this really stark line in the sand. On one side, you've got the heedless. For them, it literally makes no difference. They're just not going to believe. But then, on the other side, you have the receptive ones. The warning is only for those who are willing to follow the reminder, the Quran, and who fear the most merciful in secret. And that fear isn't about being terrified. It's about having this deep, profound sense of awe and respect for God, especially when nobody's watching. And for that group, for the ones who choose to listen and to reflect, Allah has this beautiful promise. So give them good tidings of forgiveness and a noble reward. It's their open hearts that unlock the door to God's mercy. And this brings us to the final and maybe the most powerful point in this section. It all comes down to ultimate accountability. The fact that everything, and I mean everything, is being recorded. So let's just unpack what this verse is telling us. First, the big one. We bring the dead to life. Resurrection is real. Second, we record what they send forth. That's all your actions, your deeds, the things you do. But then there's the third part, and this is just fascinating. We record what they leave behind. This is your legacy, the ripples you create that keep going long after you're gone. And finally, all of it, every single bit, is perfectly accounted for in a clear register. So that leaves us with a really profound question to think about. If every single thing we do, every word we say, and even the echoes of our actions are being meticulously recorded, what kind of story are you writing? What's the legacy you're